So I've never seen God or Jesus in my life personally. I know without a doubt that they've been present and they have touched my life and the life of others, but I've never had any kind of manifestation. But there was an issue about 20 years ago before I got clean and sober that really marked me, and I'd like to share it with you guys. Obviously, this will be spoken lightly and you can take it with a grain of salt. I don't expect everybody to jump in on this. I just want to share it and be honest with you all. So, 20 years ago, I was really, really badly into drug and alcohol addiction. And this story was obviously during one of those really, really bad benders where I'd been at it for a couple of days. Now, yes, this could have been an hallucination, but in the defense of my story, I had never hallucinated in the past and I never did after, and I wasn't using hallucinogens. But anyways, back to the story. So this one time it was really late and I'd been at it for a couple of days and I was not doing well mentally or I'll admit it, I wasn't doing well mentally or spiritually or soberly. And I was in my room and I came out of my room and I walked into the living room, and at the end of the living room was a big window and the curtains were drawn and it was dark and, well, darkish, I could still see, but enough to walk around, but I kept it really nice and dark so nobody would know I'm home, right? So from behind the curtains, from outside, in other words, two hands came out of each side of the curtain and directed themselves towards me. And at first, the two hands were like a smoky wisp kind of thing, like smoke, if you will. But as they got closer, the hands and the nails manifested to like gray skin and black fingernails. And then they came at me and they sort of just dug their nails into my sides here, into my ribs, and just held me for a couple of seconds, maybe like a second. And I felt like a pulse inside of me, like a shock wave, a little bit like, you're sleeping and you're trying to wake up from a dream, but you can't, and you're stuck in that weird kind of place. So I felt that for a while, and then it all just disappeared and went away. And ever since that day, I've had like distortion in that area, like a disturbance in that area. It's not a place that's easy for me to I don't feel ease there. I feel like a little bit of torment there. Like when I get stressed out or a little bit more anxious than I would, because of an issue or whatever going on in life, it'll rise up again and then it'll go dormant, when I've dealt with it or journaled or meditated or whatever. But I had never felt anything like that in my entire life. And it was so scary and awakening, if you will, that I actually got clean and sober for 14 years now. But it felt to me like a sign, like a sign of things to come. Like it felt like something had me and was trying to destroy me. And it just grabbed me and held me and shook me. It didn't really shake me, but it felt like it just held me and shook me for, like you would shake a rag doll. It felt very very outerworldly and supernatural, and I stand by that, even if it might be a little woo woo. I stand by that. It got me clean and sober, and I will never touch drugs or alcohol again because of things like that happening in my life. So yeah, I just wanted to be honest and share, and I'm wondering if anybody out there ever had any kind of loving manifestation or any kind of evil manifestation happen to them, because I'm all about that kind of stuff. I love the thought of there being more, and that life isn't just us going to work and paying our taxes and dying. So anyways, I'll leave it at that. That was my story.